Hi guys, welcome back to the concluding part of menstruation, ovulation, PMS,
And all the
symptoms. Exactly. As we said while running the last video, it's inexhaustible, but we just want to mention so at least would know what it is and how we can react or to make things better for ourselves, for the fellow sister we see on the road, for the men to ladies. So we'll just talk about the concluding part, as I said, of PMS. So, Miss Lolade.
I don't know, I forgot that part. You are just here. And when you're very
Sleep,
yes, you're flat.
flat. You just try to be professional.
It doesn't mean you are done.
Also, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to talk about the concluding part of our last video: PMS, menstruation, ovulation, and everything in between. You know, by really. And everything in between. So, as we said in our last video, it's actually inexhaustible. We can keep doing episodes and episodes about menstruation, about ovulation, but I'm not totally promising that this will be the end of the topic too. We can actually have some other videos later in the future to talk about it. We just want to conclude this part and we'll talk about effects, how you can be better during that period, things that we think worked for us can work for you too. When you are on, when you're on your period, that's what when you're when you're on your period. So when you're on and when you're ovulating too, and how you can deal with PMS, how you can pass message across to those around you, so they can understand you better during that period. So just talk about that and close the chapter for now. So Lolade, can you please talk to us about the effects?
Okay, so basically, your menstruation affects you in different ways. Some is just the physical effects that you feel, loss of appetite, just wanting to sleep, feeling dizzy, tired, which is actually understandable. Like they said, you are losing blood now, so you'll be tired. So that one is also there.
Sorry to cut you in. What you just mentioned, I remember when I was getting very tired after every period. I was very weak for like days. So what I did was I visited the doctor. HMO actually makes things easy. I walked in, I visited the doctor and I explained to him that I'm always weak after my period. He just laughed and I was like, it's normal, you lost blood for a whole 3 days, so you are supposed to be weak. So what he advised me then was I should get folic acid. So that I should get folic acid, I should get ferrous. And I should follow my tracker when I'm like a week to my period. I should use the supplements he recommended. That's the folic acid and the ferrous. So that I would my body will be prepared for the blood is about to lose. So even if I'll be weak after the period, this will be minimal. You get so I think that works for a while, but I'm not a drug person, so I abandoned it. Exactly.
So beyond the physical effects that could have on us, there are also emotional effects of menstruation, and I think that's where the PMS thing. That's when you might be having premenstrual syndrome. So that's when you get easily irritated with things. You don't want to see anyone, you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't want to do anything, you just want to be on your own.
Is it possible to have suicidal thoughts?
Yes. Okay, so there was this post on Twitter, I think about 3 weeks ago, and women were sharing their PMS experience. So like we said earlier, PMS is on a deeper level. So somebody said she didn't know that those suicidal thoughts she was having were actually PMS actually. Like she was actually having suicidal thoughts. And somebody also said something that whenever she has this depressing thoughts, feeling unfortunate about life, about yourself, feeling terrible, your self-esteem, you just feel like you don't amount to anything. That once she begins to have those negative vibes, those negative thoughts, she just checks her calendar, like this is that small. And most times it's actually PMS. So there are different levels to it, there are different degrees to it. There are also behavioral effects. So sometimes, I know this is quite a sensitive topic. When your boss is acting funny and the female boss might actually be PMS.
So those guys I used to complain that
You might
I come up with a
actually be-
woman, they are too aggressive. Check. Is it a particular period of the month that she's aggressive?
Yeah, we need to really look at that.
Might be a
also.
period.
Might be a period. So sometimes there are behavioral effects. You just get angry, you just have
This was to be alone. The last time I had my own episode, everybody at work was asking, if what's wrong? So what happened to you? Nothing.
No,
But I
there's
was
something.
actually attacking them for questioning me too much. I'm like, yeah, but she leave me alone, I'm okay. Because on a normal day, I'm actually very, very playful. I was just on my own. I want to be in my own world. If it were possible to be giving women, I know it might actually be a topic on its own. If it were possible to be giving women leave, it's just 2 days when they are one. But it's not feasible, Sha. This is Nigeria.
Yeah, it's not like it can't be feasible. We are dynamic as per our body. Some people it flows naturally, easily. They don't feel anything. So it's not.
Please, if you don't feel anything, please tell me in the comment section. I want to ask you some secrets.
Really. So if you're one of those
It's rare.
people that your menstruation comes, it's actually rare. But my boss actually shared with us that when she was having her menstruation, she doesn't feel anything. All through her menstruating years, she actually felt she actually began to have pains or drama at her menopause. Throughout when she was menstruating, she doesn't feel anything, it just flows. And I was like, you're actually one of the blessed
I
ones.
know those lie that they used to say that if you it's because you're a virgin, that's why you're having pains. My dear, cut it off.
Not true.
If you're a young girl watching this,
It's not true.
it's not true. Your virginity is not the reason why you're having pains.
Yeah, and some people might actually make you feel like you're exaggerating. Like, I'm also menstruating. Like female bosses now, when you're having cramps and maybe you can't make it to work, and you're both saying, am I not a woman also? Don't I menstruate? Imagine I don't come to work. Don't let anybody make you feel less of a human.
When it comes to women matters, you don't compare yourself to
We are
others.
different.
I'm about pregnancy too. You can't say because someone has their pregnancy very easy. Your own story.
And the other person getting sick is pretending or lazy or weak or weaker than the other person. No, we react to
Our body is different.
Yes.
Our biological inbuilt self is
It's
different.
different. And actually, another thing about PMS is it might be the season you are in your life.
Exactly.
So you
So
respond.
most times it actually comes to what you are going through.
Yes.
So it's more as if it's being magnified.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the times
magnified
it's
issue.
very
Like I don't like
harsh.
being broke when I'm on my period. I know it's funny, but it's true.
It makes
I'm
it
serious.
worse.
It makes it so. I'm like, why am I so broke? I'm serious. I think the last time I was just crying. I was just thinking about
What am I doing with my life? What
Like,
my
do I have any
life?
savings?
True.
Thankfully, I have an understandable, an understanding husband. Just be like, what happened? I'm like, I didn't have any savings. Like, I was looking about money in that period.
True.
Like, what happened? Well, maybe because I didn't have money at that moment. So sometimes, depends on what you are going through at that particular time. That's what I'm saying. When you say a woman, I'm just giving them money. Like me, now if you give me money now,
Your
I'll
PMS,
have-
nothing is wrong with that. It's just money.
Exactly.
Nothing is doing you. It's just money that you need. So really, ladies, we are different.
We are
Own
uniquely
your
different.
Pain. Own your pain.
Own it.
And
Express it. Voice it out.
actually. So I think
Nobody silence you.
something happened yesterday. Like I said, I was having my premenstrual symptoms yesterday, and I was meant to have a working session with my boss. I was like, oh God, how am I going to do? So I was managing, and then when it was time, we logged on, was a virtual meeting, and we were checking up on each other, typical of how we work. How are you doing? I asked her, and she was being very great. I'm like, what is this human being now? So when she asked me, like, the opposite is the case. I am not doing very great. So that was when I said I'm having cramps. She was like, I don't think we can have this time. Why don't you take some hours off? Let's have it in the afternoon. Some boss might understand.
Understanding bosses, may we mix them.
May we be them actually.
Sorry,
We should actually be one. And may we really work with bosses like that. They are amazing. And that's so if you're a boss, you have people working under you, be empathetic. The fact that you don't feel it doesn't nullify the other person's feelings.
Exactly.
Your feelings are valid, your pain is valid. Whatever it is you're going through, it's actually valid. But really, there's a way to manage these things. There's a way to manage it. So there was a time I was having serious cramps and I was sleeping. It wasn't working. I slept and slept and slept. I wasn't feeling any better. You know what I did? I was in my parents' place now. My mom has this grinding stone for the Yoruba people that grew up to my So I just went, Mom, do you have pepper that I want to? Seriously. I grind the pepper, and by the time I was I sweated, I grind the pepper very well. By the time I was all the back and went. So when I was researching, I saw that exercise works. I believe that because I didn't even know that was what it is. But I just felt I need to do something. Since sleeping is not helping me, let me just exercise.
Sometimes just need to play music. I do that too. Listen to music, try to lift your spirits. Listen to music, try to engage. What I do sometimes is actually call, like last time, I think she has been actually very evident in my life. When I put a call across the Huawei, I end up laughing, bouncing, and say a lot of things. But before I know it, I'll be fine actually. So sometimes you need to talk out, if you need to listen to music, please do. And definitely I know we'll be alright, right?
Yeah. And your diet too, sometimes.
Yeah,
might need
matters.
to.
It helps.
Yeah, so my colleague recommended warm milk.
Warm milk?
Yes, dairy.
When that actually increase the flow.
I thought so, but she said it works. So I actually researched it and I saw dairy products actually works when you're having your strong cramps. It kind of relaxes your nerves and makes you feel better. Yes.
So thank you once again for coming. Really appreciate you. And if you're opportune to actually have our this channel again, we'll be glad and we'll actually talk about some other aspects touching women. But for today, we'd like to draw our curtain. I say you sis, be strong, be lively, you are loved, and we actually see you, we appreciate you.
We love you too.
Your pains are valid, we listen, we hear you, and we hope you're fine.
Last.
Have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Bye.